Don't let your children call your boyfriend or your fiance daddy if he's not their daddy. And if he ends up fulfilling the daddy role and they choose to call him daddy on their own, that's a little bit different. But I've seen kids call their mother's boyfriend dad and they barely knew the man. That is not a good look. Your children should not be calling a stranger daddy. They shouldn't be calling your boyfriend daddy if he's not their father figure. Now, if they grew up with him or y'all been married for 10 years and he's playing the daddy role, that's different. But I'm talking about a boyfriend who just comes by the house or y'all spending time together and they calling him dad. That's not appropriate. That's not appropriate at all. Cut it out. Stop trying to convince your man to change. Stop trying to convince your man to change. If he's not what you want, go find what you want. Stop trying to make him feel sorry for you. You cannot guilt a man into not cheating. Let me say this again. You cannot guilt a man into not cheating. Let me say it again. You cannot guilt a man into not cheating. But you got so many sisters who think they're going to guilt their boyfriend, husband, fiance into not cheating. You can't do it. There is no amount of guilt that's going to stop him from taking a cookie from a woman he's attracted to. Guilt is not how you change behavior. Crying is not how you change behavior. Fighting is not how you change behavior. You change your man's behavior through consequences, not begging, not pleading, not crying, not threatening to hurt yourself. What are the consequences if he cheats? What are the consequences if he don't pay the bills? What are the consequences if he don't spend time with the children? You got to have consequences. And I'll be honest with you, ladies. You've heard me tell you this plenty of times. I don't believe you leave a relationship because he stepped out. I don't believe that. Not if you're married to an alpha. Because monogamy ain't normal for alphas. Alphas seldom do monogamy. I didn't say all of them. I said it's going to be hard for you to find an alpha that's going to be monogamous for the rest of his life. That's a very rare thing. You understand me? So leaving because your alpha sampled another woman's Cinnabons, I'm not going to tell you not to leave. I just don't know if that's a good reason. Because if you're looking for a man who ain't going to sample some Cinnabons once in a while, an alpha man who ain't going to sample some Cinnabons once in a while, that's going to be a hard one to come by. But I'll tell you when you better leave. I'll tell you when you better leave. You don't leave because you're not the only one. You don't leave because you're not the only one. You leave because you are no longer number one. Listen, black woman. Listen to the wisdom. You don't leave because you're not the only one. You leave when you are no longer number one. For a man to demote you from first place to second place is disrespect. For a man to demote you from first place to second place is disrespect. Leaving because you're not the only one could be premature. I'm not going to tell you not to. Do what you want, but I think it's premature. But if you know for a fact that the side piece is now the main piece, you know for a fact that the side piece is now the main piece, that the chick on the side is now the queen, that she is more important than you, now you got to get the hell up out of there. When you are no longer number one, you are a fool to hang around. I'm going to say it again. If you are no longer number one, you are a fool to hang around. If you are no longer number one. Now, if you was never number one, that's something different. If you was never number one, that's something different. But if you are number one and he puts another woman on top, you got to get up out of there. Because sooner or later, you're going to get knocked down from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Before you know it, you're no longer on the list, baby. Be careful, ladies. Be careful. Learn how to take your power back. Understand, the first 90 days in the relationship will set the tone for the next 10 years. The first 90 days of the relationship will set the tone for the next 10 years. The first 90, ladies, get the first 90 days right. Get the first 90 days right. Make the first impression that you need to make. The first 90 sets the tone for the next 10. Gotta understand that.